There were two other stories to come out of the Gays and Mormons weekends that I hope will stick with me the rest of my life, that I created these situations for these miracles to occur. One was a woman, maybe 30, 35, and she told us all on probably Sunday morning, once things really get safe, she told us that she had lived for a year or so with a gay man, and they absolutely loved each other. Now, nothing romantic or sexual, but they confided in each other and lived together, and they loved each other. And she comes home from work one day, and there's police tape everywhere because he has committed suicide. And she was so furious with him that he did not confide in her whatever was bothering her. And so furious that she wouldn't read the note that he left for her. And so this Sunday morning, 10 years later, she's telling us that she can now forgive him, and she was grieving him for the first time, and that she was going to find his mother and see if she had that note. Well, a month later, when we held the next Gays and Mormons retreat, she came and reported that she and the mother had sat down, had coffee, and read the note and cried together. And so my weekend had created the ability for this woman to forgive and begin the grieving process of a dear loved one. Another one was that there was this 80-year-old woman, two of them actually, came up from Portland just because they thought it was so cool what I was doing. I'm pretty sure they were straight, and I don't think they were religious, but they just thought it was cool. So they came to the weekends. And so the second time that this lady came to the weekend, she's, I think probably Sunday morning, might have been Saturday night when things were safe, she says, I want to take this opportunity to speak a thing that I have never spoken of. When I was about 7 years old, my mother was profoundly psychotic, and she smothered me with a pillow. And then she wrapped me in a sheet and dug a hole and buried me in the front yard. My father came home just in time and dug me up, and this lady said, you know that being of light that people talk about? I saw the being of light, and he said I'd have to go back. Well, I was not keen on going back, but my father got me up, blew breath into me, got me going again. And once I was on my feet, he said, darling, you must never, ever speak of this. If anyone should ever find out about this, they will take your mother away and put her in a horrible place, and we will never see her again. So you should forget that this ever happened and never, ever speak of it. And she said, I did. I forgot it. And she said, last week I was working with a man who was freeing me up in several areas of my life. And one was he wanted me to be able to express anger more freely. And so he wanted me to scream and shout. And since his office space was shared with other offices, he gave me a pillow to put over my face while I screamed. And I remembered, it all came back. And she says, so this is an opportunity for me to speak in public to all of you this thing that for 70 years I had forgotten. So what an enormous privilege for me that I created that opening for that woman to be cleansed of it.